Last but not least, Shane, Vanderbilt, 2 SEC wins, 5 overall. What an outstanding season. Buy, sell, or hold Vanderbilt Commodores.
Oh, I'm going to hold right now. I'm a little discouraged by the portal. I mean, we talked about an emotional win, man.
Yeah.
Emotional win with Kentucky, emotional win against Florida. And I don't know. It kind of baffles me why, for starters, why Ray's in the portal. I mean, he was a big piece of that. He was a big piece of that offense, so I'm a little discouraged.
Well, let me tell you real quick, Shane, what I've heard, and maybe this will fill you in on where we are as a program here, but I'm told Ray Davis wanted to stay.
Yeah.
To keep playing football, he has to go into graduate school.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Vanderbilt, he just couldn't do it at Vanderbilt. So we got star player, would have been future of the offense next season, along with your outstanding quarterback, A.J. Swan. I get it. But, man, just a critical piece of the puzzle, and he can't get into grad school for whatever reason.
Bullshit. That is absolute bullshit, man. This is a business, Mike. I mean, forget, I hate that old saying, well, we're paying for their education. I was like, no, you're clearly not. If the kid can't stay around for graduate school for whatever reason.
Right.
I mean, that's just pathetic. That is so stupid. I cannot believe you said that, Mike. Now I feel bad for saying what I said. I am buying. I am double downing. I absolutely love Vanderbilt because Swan is coming back. Mike, I get Mike leaving. Mike's not going to be the quarterback. But he didn't leave during the season. He could have. That tells me something about this locker room. And then here I was creating this false narrative, and I find out.
Well, no. See, I'm flipping it the other way, though, Shane. And this is the example I used the other day. And I realize this is not the best example, but if Bryce Young could come back at Alabama, but only thing standing in the way was getting into graduate school, how damn quick would Nick Saban make that phone call to make it happen? So the way I'm reading it is basically is Vanderbilt, this is not a Ray Davis problem. This is Vanderbilt getting in the way of their athletics excelling and keeping star players. So it's almost like a lack of commitment to football.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is a business. College football is a business. And, the kids at that stadium, I mean, you just got fined because those bastards came out on the football field. Remember all those kids? You know why they were there? It wasn't because of their school. It wasn't because of extracurricular activities. It was because Ray played a hell of a game, and you guys just upset the Florida Gators. So, I mean, come on, guys. Use your freaking brain. You got to separate school and football. Yes. Are they getting an education? Are there going to be some kids that need this, lean on it, and have, need it for their futures? Absolutely. There's going to be more than that. But when we tune in on Saturdays on CBS, ESPN, SEC Network, and that money is just filtering into these universities, it's to watch college football. Yep. And if your kid can't stick around because of some stupid rule or you won't allow it, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, and that's another reason that Vanderbilt does not deserve to be in the SEC champion or the SEC league.
Yeah.
I mean, you do that. You switch them and Tulane. Guess what? Ray's coming back next year. The green wave is coming, baby. So because they care about football, because that's what keeps the lights on. That's what's paying the bills. That's where this money's coming from, man. And that just infuriates me because when you see this team and how happy they were. How happy they were after the Florida game, how happy they were after the Kentucky game. Man, these guys are just, it's like We Are Marshall. It's a Disney movie. Yeah. And that's what's going on in Vanderbilt, and you're holding them back. That's just pisses me off, Mike. I'm buying because I think that Swan is a fantastic quarterback. And I think that he improves in the offseason, gets healthy, and comes out, and he's going to be one of those Vanderbilt quarterbacks, like the Cutlers, like that you see filtering through there every now and then, and you got an NFL quarterback. I truly think Swan could be one of those guys. He's that good.
Yeah, and that Ray Davis thing, Shane, that is a minor thing at the end of the day, but
stupid.
It's indicative of Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And how long ago was it? The $300 million facilities and all. I mean, I think we're going on 2 years since they announced that.
Mm-hmm.
It's my understanding, Shane, they've not even broken ground yet. And I don't know what it is. They drag your feet and they make all these empty promises, but the commitment is not there. So I want to go by right with you, but man, until they do a 180, until they help Clark Lee out, I fear, Shane, that he's just beating his head against the wall here. And 5 wins was a hell of an accomplishment. The over-under, Shane, when it came out was 1.5. I mean, it's ridiculous. This program was in the trash. Clark Lee is doing everything in his power to pull it out, and he's halfway there.
Yeah.
Won 2 SEC. That every SEC call I got, and I do about a dozen of these a week, Shane. Anytime they brought up Vanderbilt, all they wanted to ask was, will Vanderbilt win a game in the SEC? That was the only question they ever asked me about Vanderbilt. They went out and doubled that. No one thought they could do this, yet they're doing it. But they've got to commit to it. They've got to help Clark Lee, because guess what, Shane? The other 13 programs are bending over backwards to help football, and Vanderbilt is standing in the way of football, and they're already at such a disadvantage. I mean, it's a travesty.
Yeah, and they got all these secrets. They can't tell you how much the coach is making and all this stuff, or how much they're spending. It's all smoke and mirrors up there, and it drives me nuts. Because it could be, if somebody would just buy in. We've talked about this a million times, how great that Nashville setting could be. Mm-hmm. You really could build something great there, man. It could be exciting. If the Titans can load up a stadium, there's no reason that you can't. They've built 2 damn stadiums, and you ain't built one. It's craziest shit I've ever heard. They're building soccer stadiums, but nothing for Vanderbilt Commodores that's been around since the 1800s or whenever. So, yeah, it is so infuriating, Mike. It's just somebody needs to answer for it, because it is a travesty.
Yeah.